Hi, my name is Alex CARLUCCI with Gustan Cho Associates. I want to talk to you about overlays versus guidelines. So FHA and VA put out a list of guidelines. These guidelines are supposed to be adhered to by underwriters. Underwriters work for different companies, different banks, and those banks may put rules on top of those guidelines because that bank does not want to take on that risk. They think that's a risk factor that's going to increase foreclosures, therefore make their books look bad, so they put an overlay on it. So when it comes to FHA manual underwriting guidelines, 95% of the banks out there will just say, no, we don't do manual underwriting. FHA wants manual underwriting. So what manual underwriting is if you get a refer eligible on a computer. It means the computer didn't approve you. 95% of the banks will say, sorry, I can't help you. Well, you get downgraded to what's called a manual. If you fit those guidelines, you can still close a loan, and that's where Gustan Cho comes in. If you've been denied by a big bank because you get approved eligible, that doesn't mean your hopes are over. Give us a call. You could probably do a manual underwrite. I'm not saying you can't for sure, but let's go down those avenues. Another thing is debt to income ratio on FHA loans. There's some banks out there that will stop at 50% debt to income. FHA goes to 56.9. That's what's in the guidelines. Overlay would be, we're going to stop at 50% debt to income ratio. Again, example of guideline versus overlay. Charge-offs. Charge-offs are not supposed to be handled any other way but ignore them. Ignore a charge-off. On approved eligible, you completely ignore a charge-off. On a manual underwrite, you got to look at the last 2 years. If the charge-off happened in the last 2 years, it's a problem. But if it's older than 2 years old, there's some banks that are making you pay it off. There's some banks they'll hit you for 5%. That's an overlay. The guidelines say don't count charge-offs against the borrower. I have it hanging on my wall. It's a guideline. So there's guidelines, and then there's overlays to those guidelines that banks put on it, and that's why you come to GustanCho.com. We have no overlays. There's many more. I'm not going to give you the whole list of it, but please, if a bank's denied you, it does not mean you've been denied from every bank. You got to give us a call, give us a shot. We have no overlays here. We have all the guidelines covered by all VA and FHA. So give us a call if you've been denied, 630-915-7550. Thank you.